All right, this is Moon in the eighth house in Gemini. Cancer rules the eighth house or the ninth house. Gemini, of course, rules the eighth house. Remember our event concept and our decorator concept. You can get that from Moon and Gemini in the sixth house. Cancer naturally rules the fourth house of your peace of mind. Anything and anyone you have to protect, defend, or nourish. It's the mothering. It's the mothering quality in us. It's the nurturing child, the vulnerable child in us as well. It's your country, your traditions, your culture, like be it your personal culture, your family culture, your country's culture. It's the innermost part of us. Again, anything that you have to protect, you have to nourish and defend. You have to defend your home front, don't you? All right, so it's going up into the ninth house of your beliefs, morals, ethics. The place where we go to expand our horizon via whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually. Cancer decorates the ninth house. So let's put an event together for the ninth house. You remember events happen when that decorator, Cancer, decorates that house. So here, the ninth house and your beliefs are all about protecting your home front, protecting and nourishing yourself. It has to do with fourth house things. Your ethics, your beliefs, your morals, all of that is based on protection of your home front, if you will, and your family, your innermost self, all the fourth house things. So there's an event right there. I have to protect my beliefs. I have to nourish and defend my beliefs and my ethics, how I move, what I believe, my religion. And then now Gemini. Gemini in the eighth house. That decorator, Gemini is bringing third house things into the eighth house, communication, short distance travel, connecting with others mentally, courage, effort. And so we put an event together. So you would say example would be, and again, I'm sorry, eighth house is everything that happens after you and another entity agree on something, agree on uh, working together and becoming one somehow. It could be a relationship, marriage, a deal, some kind of contract, some agreement where you say with another person, I'm going to do this and you're going to do this, and we're going to come together and work together as one. So, uh, Cancer, like I said, Cancer in the ninth house. People really emotionally attached to their beliefs. Like whatever their beliefs are, however, whatever their ethics are, their morals, it has to do with their own peace of mind. And it comes from that place. It has to protect those things. It has to protect that home front. And event to energy to event concept. That's the event. The energy is the moon. Feel, react, think, defend, nourish. Everything that the fourth house is that you do there. You take that, you know, being emotionally attached when it comes to your beliefs, um, and you turn it to an energy, a feeling. So you feel some kind of way of it, and then it expresses itself in the eighth house of what's going on in a relationship, not the courting, not the seventh house, like two coming together in an agreement. After that agreement, now what's actually going on in a marriage? What's going on and when you boyfriend or girlfriend, what's going on after you sign that deal, after you made that agreement. So that plays out how you are emotionally attached, and like really putting your peace of mind into your beliefs. Like you feel a certain way about that. A feeling comes, you have certain thoughts about that, and it expresses themselves in what goes on in your relationships, in your marriage, deep down underground. So like these people are like, because they believe something, they really deep down, and it's in the eighth house of what's hidden, what's underground. So these emotions, when they express their emotions, especially in those places, those relationships, those significant relationships, they come out like a damn, like a volcano almost. Because these people so deeply into what they believe, and they need different ways to express these different beliefs. That's where Gemini comes in. They need to communicate. That Moon in Gemini anywhere needs to communicate, needs to, whoever they feel, the people that they feel like they're at home with, they can be comfortable with. These people have to be communicative and have to be receptive. They have to keep their lines of communication open with this Moon in Gemini. Whoever has this, if they don't have that, then the Moon in Gemini starts going crazy. The peace of mind, it suffers. So these people, like, they're really informative to their other. There's, you know, in their relationships. Again, this is eighth house is where, what plays out in the relationship. They really come to these people and communicate to them about, like, man, their feelings, and their beliefs. See, the beliefs affect what happens in a relationship, in a marriage, some other significant relationship, some other agreement. Like, so for example, like, okay, if it's a contract or something that they signed a contract, they made the deal. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Okay, we made an agreement. Now, what plays out after that? These people's beliefs are going to affect what happens in that contract. So they'll be like, man, I just don't feel like I'm being nourished somehow with this contract or something like that. This relationship is not nourishing to me, and these people are very expressive about that, and it's really deeply rooted, because eighth and fourth house they come from a deep place. Fourth house is the innermost self in us, right? The innermost part of us. Eighth house is what's hidden, underground. So that's you can get a sense of how deeply rooted, like, their ethics are, how they attach to their ethics almost. Like what they believe, them wanting to expand, like travel, or expand the horizon in a way, like different cultures, or watching a different show, just expanding. It's really, like, it really affects their own peace of mind, and it being expressed in the eighth house is going to affect your relationships now, your marriage. So watch out not to overly attach yourself to your beliefs, to where you become overly attached when you'll say, like, man, no matter what, I don't care what's going on in my relationship, I got to believe it, I got to stand by my beliefs. That's when you become overly attached. Now you don't want to work with the other person. It's just your beliefs, and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else. And it's not, you know your ninth house is against your beliefs, and you're not being standing by your beliefs enough, to where no matter, like, you have your belief system, And again, it's going to affect your marriage or your relationships or that contract, and you just like don't express those things. Like whatever the other person's beliefs are, those trump yours, and like, man, that's where the moon will suffer there. Now the peace of mind suffers. Now you're not at peace. So watch, maintain a balance right here. Don't get overly attached to, you know, ninth house things. Wanting to expand and explore. Just see what else is out there beyond what you have already experienced, what you already know. Your beliefs, your ethics, your morals. Your teachers. You're like your gurus. That's also the ninth house. Your philosophers and professors. Don't become overly attached to those things to where they fuck up your relationships because you overly attached to them now. Like, what about the other person now? It messes up your relationship. So that it's like watch out for smothering people or smothering your relationships. Those contracts, those deals you made, anything with your beliefs. And see, your mother was also like this, and again, the nurturing mother. The moon is the nurturing mother. When you were growing up, when you were under her care, now the mind is open. Now you watching your mother, she's very explosive with her emotions, and and you also are. And it sounds like when these people express their emotions, it sounds like they're informing somebody on something. Bro, she did this, I'm trying to tell you. I don't believe that. I ain't standing by that. And I was trying to tell her about it, and it messed up our relationship. That's just an example, like, of the expression here. You see what I'm saying? These people, Moon and Gemini, they also, they need feedback. When they get emotional, they need feedback. So it sounds like a conversation when they're expressing their emotions, and they do it, mainly in the place of what is going on after you have made some kind of agreement with somebody, with boyfriend and girlfriend. That's the agreement. I'm gonna sign this contract, and this contract means I'm gonna do this, and you're going to do that part. Boom, that's the 8th house. That's where the moon comes out, and it's really informative, um, you know, about their emotions. These people have no problem informing their spouse, their boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, about how they feeling, and they need somebody who is actually listening to this shit, and then they share their emotions or share their thoughts. They need that back and forth right there. If that's not there, then a peace of mind will suffer. Man, my girl, my husband, my boyfriend, but I'll be trying to talk to them about, like, man, I feel this way, like, I just don't, carry myself this kind of way, and I'll be trying to talk to them and tell them how I feel. And they'd be like, man, like, they not opening up, or they not communicating back with me, or they don't want to hear it. It's like, so the communication, remember Gemini 3rd house communication, it's lacking. Like, there's a gap, like something's going on with passing one message to another. They need that, and it's really comes from a deep place. And you could look at the nature of the 4th and 8th house to see, like, this deep nature, where it comes from. Really attached emotionally, man. My peace and my faith and my beliefs. That's a deep part of me. So you see where the emotions come from. But again, be careful not to, put too much stock into, ninth house things, not habits, your belief system, faith, your how you carry yourself, your morals, your ethics, and that part of you that wants to expand beyond what you've experienced. Don't put too much stock into it to where it has the say so in what goes on in your relationships and how your relationships play out. Also, don't ignore those things either. Just find a balance. Peace.